More pitching talk presented by Doosan. All right, so according to MLB.com, they're now ranking starters, and I kind of like this because it's great water cooler conversation. It's tough to take issue with any of these names. You might have different ideas as to where they should be slotted. And Dan, I know that you're particularly high on the guy that came in number 10 on this list.
German Marquez. Remember the name. And I think a lot of times pitchers get lost in Colorado. And because of the earned run average, this guy has top of the rotation stuff. Legitimate upper 90s fastball. And I get that it plays and he's going to give up some home runs. The movement on this fastball at 95 to 98 miles an hour is incredible. He has the kind of fastball that he can throw it 3-4 times in a row. That wasn't a particularly good slider, but he has a really good slider. The biggest difference is he's mixed the knuckle curveball, something when we had that look and watch at Nate Pearson. So everything is hard, but now he has something to go against that fastball slider combination, the knuckle curve, and it gets a hitter out front. The key is to throw it close enough into the strike zone that it makes that 97, 98 look 104, 105. Fastball, backdoor slider. He's sequencing his pitches better, and Al, the knuckle curveball it's made his slider better, it's made his fastball better. The issue that he's going to have, it's hard to have both a good slider and a good curveball. You kind of get that in between, that slurve. If you can have both, and that's what Shane Bieber's doing, that's what deGrom and that's what Garrett Cole are doing now. They have that hard cutter slash slider, but they have that 12-6 downer that's 81 to 83 miles an hour, and it has that tumbling effect.
That knuckle curve, it's right up there with Sonny Gray, spin rate, and all that other stuff. That's the separator for Marquez. My guy's not on there, but he just got some votes, but he was close. Tyler Chatwood. He's in the third of his last year of a 3-year contract that the Cubs signed him to. And so far, guys, I know it's 2 games, but I had to go back. We're talking about a guy that doesn't throw 98, Dan. You look at this. 2 years ago, he started 20 games for the Cubs, 103 innings and 95 walks. You can't do that anywhere. I don't care in high school or wherever, college. So if you look at this, most of his negative numbers, his ERA was over 5.3. Then they put him in the pen in 19, and then now this year into 2 starts, guys. He's been excellent. 1 run in 12 and 2/3 innings. I like the cutter. He's improved with a curveball. Talking about Marquez, you got it right here with the slow pitch. But this has been the difference, guys. Last year he only threw it about 10% of the time. So far, 2 starts, 27% of the time, and it is late. It's sharp. He's in good counts. He's thrown a lot more strikes. There's a clear look of confidence. And the reason why I brought him up, last block, we were mentioning teams like, how many people, and I know they're the Cubs and they won a World Series a few years ago. It seems like a long time ago. But was everybody in on the Cubs this year?
No.
Like, I'm not saying they're going to.
No, there were question marks.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're the Orioles, but that guy there, and Lester's been unbelievable. Kyle Hendricks has been good.
Yeah. You
get a chance at Darvish. Like, we talked about Jordan Montgomery with, like, hey, the X Factor Yankees. Like, just watch this guy.
He's a right-handed that just popped into my brain. Add a cutter, kind of a, hyperactive dude. I remember Joe Madden telling me last year the part of his problem was with the walks, with the yips.
Yep.
He'd lose a guy, and then it's give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. There was no pace. It was he'd miss, and then he'd want the ball back right away. Miss, want the ball back right away. I kind of remember you doing a little of that.
That was you. You were a Looney Tune, Al. You know what? Hey, real quick, I know we got to go somewhere, but once in a while, and it was from the pitching coach, it used to tick me off. They would tell Piazza, because I'd get crazy, I'd bite my glove and get all nuts, hold the ball. Like that might get him Madden. I don't know if Madden did that, but as a catcher, before you just fire it back at your pitcher and he just gave up a long ball or walked to, hold the ball. Just let him
take a breath.
Yeah.
Did you figure it out? Did you?
Oh, yeah, because I went to Mike. I was like, what are you doing? Give me the ball.
Give me the ball.
I did.